Station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 6, covering the entire DMV.
The A's are 216, the A's are 212.
A short-term bipartisan agreement to fund the federal government has passed the U.S. House of Representatives with the Senate Act before the 11th hour. Plus, police say this man is responsible for several sex offenses in Fairfax County. How authorities caught him after he was spotted near children. And new gun laws going into effect in Maryland tomorrow. The changes you need to know before that deadline. Plus, student loan due date. Well, it's here tomorrow. Millions of college grads must start making federal loan payments. We're stretching your dollar with plans to fit your personal budget.
And while there are clouds out there this afternoon, we also have some sunshine peeking through those clouds. More sunshine on Sunday, and I'll talk about temperatures for tonight and tomorrow all coming up.
Thanks, Scott. And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Ben Dennis. Developing right now on Capitol Hill, a bipartisan Band-Aid. The U.S. House has passed a 45-day funding bill to keep federal agencies open, potentially avoiding a government shutdown. The U.S. Senate is set to debate the bill and vote tonight, but of course, we'll monitor that vote for you, which will give us a shutdown decision. The Senate has until midnight to pass the bill. House members have already headed home. Coming up in the next half hour, a look at what the bill funds for the next 45 days and who doesn't get any money. Meantime, people all over the DMV are waiting to see if lawmakers will avoid a shutdown. Here at home, thousands of government workers anxiously await results from Capitol Hill. Our Dave Laval's live tonight on the National Mall with thousands of people out there celebrating the World Culture Festival. Dave, there's a lot of activity behind you. You're hearing from folks a short distance away from where those budget talks are ongoing.
Well, good evening, Ben. Regardless of any sort of shutdown, Sunday's final day of the World Culture Festival will take place. Mayor Muriel Bowser and the National Park Service announced an agreement on Friday that will allow the festival to take place. This is the first time DC has hosted the festival, as more than 450,000 people from over 180 countries are expected to gather here at the National Mall over the weekend. The festival celebrates diversity and culture while promoting unity, which seems appropriate as the U.S. Capitol sits in the background as Congress works to avoid a partial government shutdown. News the House has passed a temporary spending bill and the Senate expected to vote on its version shortly. People are hopeful that any shutdown will be avoided. That includes a family from Indiana.
Obviously, it sounds like the event can go on regardless, but yeah, I think it'd be nice to know that it's not shutting down tomorrow as we're celebrating, right?
The live music portion of the festival just started a few moments ago. Will continue and wrap up at 9:30 tonight. The final day of the festival is 9:30 tomorrow morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're live on the National Mall. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Live report in the field. It's a loud one, but a fun one out there. Thanks, Dave. Meantime, a fiery crash kills 4 people overnight in Prince George's County. Police haven't released their names or ages to tell us that the car slammed into a tree. It caught fire. This is on the 12,700 block of Woodmore Road in Bowie. Happened around 7:30 last night. Everybody was killed inside. Meantime, in Fairfax County, police arrested and charged this man for a string of sexual offenses over the past few months. Charges against Felix Antonio Mejias Vigil include indecent exposure and indecent liberties with a child under the age of 15. Police say they were shown this surveillance video, and the man had matched the suspect description for those crimes. All happened near Franconia Park in the Groveton area. That's where police say that the suspect is accused of acts dating back to early this summer. Police are asking the public to share any information that could be related to this case. And the manhunt for the escaped D.C. murder suspect Christopher Haynes stretches into its 4th week. The 30-year-old escaped from George Washington University Hospital after assaulting police officers, we're told. He was in custody after being arrested on a warrant. Haynes is accused of killing 33-year-old Brent Hayward in Manassas. And tomorrow, millions of Americans will have to start making federal student loan repayments. The pandemic era pause is ending and monthly expenses will kick back in. Meantime, we found several avenues to navigate how you could repay, but to fit your personal needs. Forbes said D.C., Maryland, and Virginia are among the top 5 states with the most for the average amount owed. About 92% of all student debt is from federal student loans, the remaining amount from private loans. Enroll in AutoPay. Borrowers will save 0.25% on their interest. Find another repayment plan if you can. There's income-driven plans, a graduated plan, extended repayment plans, and a revised pay-as-you-earn plan. Consider refinancing or consolidation. Plus, you can set savings aside. Some accounts will credit you annually. This could help you down the road. Consider a high-yield savings account for free money tacked on what you save every single year. Plus, qualified public service workers can have their student loans forgiven under certain conditions, mainly 120 on-time payments. They don't have to be consecutive. Those are government workers, teachers, nonprofit employees among them. Finally, certain companies will offer loan financial aid. Also, borrowers can consider checking with their college alma mater, local community college. They may offer in-person or online financial planning sessions. Meantime, over to your weather now on DC News Now with Scott Sumner. Scott, we have been blessed. It is starting to really feel like fall out there.
Yeah, it absolutely is here, Ben. As a matter of fact, take a look outside. Our weather window here, 74 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, but you do see, again, a few rays of sunshine peeking through those clouds. I did mention that when I worked last night for Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb, that we would see some gradual clearing after some morning clouds and some morning fog across the region. Our satellite and radar shows, again, no weather worries in our backyard. Still dealing with some light rain, mist, and drizzle up in New Jersey, Long Island, parts of Connecticut, all due to this storm here. And there are still some flooding conditions, river flooding conditions going on out towards New Jersey, around New York, and around Long Island, which will continue into your Sunday afternoon. But high pressure up here across portions of Canada and upstate New York, well, that's going to be our weather maker here, not only tonight, but going into the next several days and nights. As a matter of fact, it's going to keep us dry. Rain chances are nil straight through Thursday before we actually see a slight chance and even a chance of some showers later in the week and going into next weekend. Now, Nationals are out of town, but the Orioles are in town, so if you have tickets here, 7:15, another hour or so. First pitch, temperature about 72 degrees, final out about 68 degrees. Should be a fairly quiet night weather-wise for all those who are attending. Now, tonight in the district, we're looking at 69 at 7 p.m., down to 62 at 11 p.m. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
Thank you, Scott. Meantime, the University of Maryland Terps going for a big win tonight, playing right now against Indiana at home. Sports anchor Brandy Flores joins us here at the desk. Brandy, what would a win mean for the Terps?
Well, on top of just adding another dub to the list, they'll remain undefeated. Right now, they're 4-0 on the season. A win today would make them 5-0, and they haven't done that since 2001. Now, back in 2001, the Terps ended up going 7-0, or 7-0, that is, making an appearance in the Orange Bowl. The game is going on right now, but already the Terps have a pretty significant lead over Indiana in the first quarter alone. Quarterback Talia Tungavailoa broke a school record, became the first quarterback to reach 9,000 passing yards and threw for 2 touchdowns and has a rushing touchdown in the first quarter alone. And the defense has held its own, not allowing a touchdown in the first half. So as I mentioned, that game not over yet. The score is 37-3 in favor of the Terps. I'm going to have highlights later on in the show coming up in sports.
Could be a tough recovery for Indiana. Go Terps. Thanks, Brandy. Meantime, baseball fans across Maryland are remembering a legend after the death of Orioles third baseman Brooks Robinson. Our Skylar Salas talked with some fans who have fond memories of him on and off the playing field.
Brooks Robinson was known as one of the greats that played baseball for the Baltimore Orioles, and after his recent death, many are feeling the loss. Perennial All-Star Baltimore Orioles third baseman Brooks Robinson passed away at the age of 86. The Arkansas native played minor league baseball for the York, Pennsylvania farm team before becoming the famed infielder in Baltimore, eventually being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I moved from Baltimore in 1971, came to Hagerstown, but I was a big Oriole fan, and I I went to a lot of games, and he was there during the golden era of the Orioles.
Robinson received 16 Gold Glove awards and was named MVP in the 1970 World Series against the Cincinnati Reds.
I remember the 2 World Series when he swept the Dodgers 4 straight, but more importantly later when they beat the Cincinnati Reds in the World Series, and Brooks was he was the MVP. I mean, he was like a vacuum cleaner.
While fans were awed by Robinson's on-field performance, he was also known for his supportive interaction with the community.
I was president of Federal Little League many, many years ago when Brooks was at his peak. We always had a banquet for the little kids and their parents. So we decided to try to get a guest speaker. I called up the Orioles. Next thing you know, I got Brooks Robinson. He came up and he charged us $200. Doesn't happen today. You couldn't get anybody up here for $2,000. But that was Brooks Robinson.
Robinson ranks at the top of Maryland's baseball legends and will be missed by fans and friends alike. Reporting in Hagerstown, Maryland, Skylar Salas, DC News Now.